Greetings, everyone. Greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Brown Girls Are Beautiful, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and have a word with y'all. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been able to actually talk to y'all, touch bases with you, and everything like that, y'all. So, I want to get into the topic at hand, the truth about holidays. And even though this might not be the most popular topic, it might not get a whole lot of views as if I were to talk about Jay Z and Puffy. But I think it's important because this topic impacts a lot of people across the globe. Y'all, I just want you to be mindful while everybody's out here celebrating with family, everybody's out here purchasing items. There are people in this world who don't have a family right now. Yeah, there are people in this world who don't have money right now. There are some people out here who don't have houses, don't have any place to stay, are sleeping, outside actually. There are pets. You have actual pets living better than a lot of people. So I think we need to be very mindful of those things. And there's a lot of savagery and debauchery that goes on during this time of year, which is why I wanted to talk about this because so many people are so high strung on getting the best gifts, getting the most expensive things. And let me tell y'all something, it's not even about that at all. It's about celebrating your life with your loved ones. If you have family, being grateful for the family that you do have. I cannot tell you how many people that I've seen on Facebook, some of my colleagues that have lost their loved ones. And as a matter of fact, one of them just, I think a few days ago, had to plan a funeral for her mother. So just imagine what that is like when you're accustomed to spending your holiday season with these people and they're no longer here, myself included, which is why I decided to come on and talk about this topic because a lot of people overlook that. And I think we need to be mindful about that. You all, we are very blessed when we have our loved ones, we have our health, we have our strength, when we have just the things in life that so many of us take for granted. And I will be posting on my Patreon for those of you who are interested because I did have a mishap that happened to me, or I was involved in a mishap on December 23rd. And it actually allowed me to understand some things that I needed to take time for. And there are challenges that we face in life that we never, ever, ever think that we're going to face. But sometimes the universe has different plans to put us on a different trajectory. There are a lot of people right now that are sick. Um, Sorry, y'all. I had a message come through. There are a lot of people right now that are sick, that are going through things, we can't even imagine. There are people that are unfortunately, you know, suffering in silence, and sometimes we don't even think about it because we're so caught up in all of what we have going on. Y'all, you already know I did a whole live stream, I believe it was the other year, about Christmas. About this is the celebration of Saturnalia, which is a satanic holiday. And if you get a chance, you can check that video out. I had on a red and black dress when I did that video, and I feel like it should have gotten more views, but yet and still, we are basically falling into the traditions of our oppressor. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I just celebrate, with my family," but you got to say, why does this calendar dictate when you get to celebrate with your family? Your family as a whole should be able to pick and choose when they want to celebrate together. Mm. So, with that being said, I am going to explore this topic a little bit further. If anybody would like to chime in, please feel free to do so because I know I'm not the only one that recognizes that, you know, um, these celebrations have become, very hedonistic in the way of how people are driving on the highway, how people are bogarting people on the roadways. Basically, all they want to do is get to where they have to go. They're cutting you off, they're speeding past you. It's just a lot of madness going on. Not too long ago, I just saw um, an article saying that on a school bus, children, uh, basically, a school bus was actually shot up. And I guess there were two children that got carried away on the school bus with injuries, y'all. So we got to be very mindful about what's going on and happening around us. I think there was a shootout the other day in a neighborhood. On Christmas Eve, there was an 8 car pileup on the interstate, and I think two people were taken from the and transported from the scene from that. On Christmas Eve, we were out, and I saw somebody had rear-ended someone at a stop sign, and they were blocking traffic. A couple of people almost came into our lane, almost hit us just because of not paying attention and I guess being so caught up in the holiday madness, not being careful on the road, just worried about where they have to go, not worried about other people and other people's safety, y'all. So we really need to get into the habit of not only driving for ourselves and the passengers in our car, but drive for the other people on the road because sometimes I can't tell you how many times in a split second the angels, the ancestors, and the creator has looked out for me. And I remember specifically one day I was on my way leaving from work years ago. I looked down for a second. Traffic had stopped in front of me. Something took the wheel, and it wasn't me. Something swerved and took over the wheel for me. And this has happened to me many times over. So I am so thankful for my spiritual protection and my angels of angelic warriors, y'all. And we got to say, prayers every time we go out here in the world. Even in your own home, you have to be, cautious because anybody can come lurking around your house, knocking at your door. There are dark, evil forces that are going on out here in this world. But I just have to say, there are so many people, like I said, right now are still in hospital beds, people that cannot breathe on their own, while people are out celebrating, worried about Christmas gifts and who got what. And we're returning this to the store, Amazon shopping, deliveries, all of that is fine and dandy. But the real heart of the matter is every day is valuable and every day is precious, regardless if it's this day that they call Christmas that they made up or this day that they call Thanksgiving that they made up, which we all know is the actual slaughtering of our ancestors. Um, we need to be thankful for every day because if you're not even here for a millisecond, for a split second, and you're out of this world, you don't get to make it to the next day in most cases, y'all. So we have to cherish every day. So, with that being said, I'm going to play a brief clip and I'll be back with you in just a second, okay? Because I think that a lot of people don't think about that. People get caught up in a whole lot of other things, but not, thinking about how these things can really impact us. And I didn't even realize today was FEO Feelings Friday. So, with that being said, we're going to play a little clip and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, and I am back. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to know what we're speaking about, we're talking about the topic at hand, the truth about holidays. Everybody's not happy during the holiday time. We have to get over the fact that so many people think that everybody is just happy and excited about the holidays. It's not the case. There are a lot of people that go into depression around this time of year. It's cold, it's dreary. In some places, you don't have the best weather. Luckily, where I'm located, we've been having okay weather. It has been cold, but there's just a lot that people go through. A lot of challenges go on this time of year. A lot of people don't make it, they don't make it through to this time of year. And, I'm actually experiencing that myself. Christmas doesn't feel the same, y'all, when you don't have the people that you are accustomed to spending it with. It just doesn't. And not to be, feeling downtrodden or anything, but just speaking facts over the situation. Just cherish your family each and every day. It doesn't necessarily have to be a holiday, y'all. These days are made up. These days were put here, they're pagan, and they don't really represent who we are as a people. And you know what I mean, and you know who I'm talking about. So just understand that, you know. Um, with that being said, I know there have been things going on. I was watching Dr. Jolly. If you haven't checked him out, you might want to check out the food prophet, Dr. Jolly. I might actually try to look him up because he is giving some very insightful advice. Right now, some of our people didn't make it because of health ailments, y'all. And that is taking a lot of people out of here. Unfortunately, it's due to the food that we're eating. It's the what's in the water. It's the injections. It's what the chemicals that they're putting in the air called chemtrails. Y'all, we're being attacked by so many different forces. There's a demonic energy that is plaguing this country called America that, embodies this planet. So we need to be very mindful of how we protect ourselves spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Um, and just, be careful out here, y'all. That's the best thing that I can tell you is just to be careful. Um, and protect your energy, protect yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in every way, shape possible. Don't worry about what social media is showing you. They're always going to show you the best of their lives, but nobody's going to actually show you, the truth that surrounds what's really going on out here. And like I said, everybody is not having a happy holiday and Merry Christmas. So if you are one of those ones that are feeling like that, don't think you're by yourself because you're certainly not. You're not alone. There are a lot of people that hide how they feel. There are a lot of people that don't reveal their true feelings and they cover up how they feel inside. So I'm going to turn my camera on so you all can see me. Here I am. I didn't know it was going to show the microphone all up in my face. But yes, y'all, I'm right here. Um, Let me turn the camera a little bit. Oh boy, it's just getting worse and worse, huh? Okay. Well, that's okay. Maybe I should just hold it like this. Y'all, excuse my hair. I did wash it. I wasn't able to actually flat iron it, and I had someone to put it up in a ponytail for me for Xmas, December 25th. But anyway, a very interesting event happened to me over the course of this week. And like I said, that's something that I will be sharing on the Patreon channel. I don't want to go too far into detail, but you'll be seeing some behind the scenes footage of how that has impacted my life. And what I want to tell you all is since we are going into what they call the new year, which we know it's not really the new year, and many people try to make New Year's resolutions. What we really need to focus on is starting right now in this very moment, doing what you want to do with your life. Every day, every second, every millisecond is a gift. And it is up to us to determine how we spend it. They tell us we all get the same 24 hours, right? They say that we all get the same 24 hours in a day. And that is certainly true, but all of us are not given the same opportunities. So we have to make the most of these days that we have. We have to make the most of whatever we have. Y'all, we have to learn how to be alchemists. We have to learn how to turn our magical abilities on. You know how they say make lemonade out of lemons? We have to learn how to do that because some of us just aren't fortunate and as lucky as others. So, although some of us might make it look easy, you never know what is going on behind the scenes, what's going on in the backgrounds for some people. They're faced with many different challenges. Y'all, there are people that have lost their loved ones and will never get to see them again. There are people, like right now, there's a lady that she's a sales agent, and I saw her post on Facebook. She actually posted that her children's father, her daughter's father, is no longer here. It just passed away recently. Like I said, it was so many people that I saw on Facebook losing people right around this time of year, right before Christmas hit. And even Dr. Jolly said he lost a relative on Thanksgiving. He has to go to a funeral. So if you don't know who Dr. Jolly is, he's the food prophet. He tells you how to heal your body through natural herbs, remedies, and teas. And I'm very, very pro. I'm pro active, and I'm very supportive of holistic healing because I know that our bodies can heal themselves naturally if we give it the chance. Y'all, I want to fix this camera so my hold on one second, so that my face is in the frame. I'm sorry about that, y'all. So that my face is in the frame. So okay. But anyway, I want y'all to be mindful. And the reason I'm saying this is because I've had a personal firsthand experience with this as well. I want you to be mindful of doctors that push operations and surgery on you. I've experienced this personally and within my family, where surgeries, operations are pushed upon people just for the sake of making money. And I can't delve too much into that on the channel because you know how YouTube is when you start talking about medical situations. But there are times and there are instances that you may need to do further research, get a second opinion when these people are forcing surgery on you. Some of these doctors are looking at you just like a walking hospital bill, a walking paycheck, especially if they know that you have insurance. What's good, Melanated Chicks? I would love for you to come up here and share your thoughts on the matter if you would. Especially when they know that you have insurance. If you know whatever insurance is involved, if they look at your insurance and they see that they can, run up a bill on that insurance, they're going to definitely push these surgeries and unnecessary procedures and operations. You all, they also do a lot of scientific testing on you in hospitals. Doctors are involved in it. A lot of nurses know about it. They just can't talk to the patients one on one about it because they're scared of losing their jobs. That actually happened to someone that I know. His mother went in for a procedure. She had diabetes, and the procedure that they were going to do on her, he discussed it with her. She went along with it. She was recovering from the procedure. All of a sudden, she started going down and she was no longer here. When he went up to the hospital, she was already gone. And one of the nurses pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, you might want to go contact an attorney." But I guess she didn't say any more than that because she didn't want to lose her job. So I commend those that will speak up for patients and advocate for families, because more of this needs to come to the forefront. You all, if you don't have a medical, you would love to come up. Okay. I'm going to try to send the link. If you don't have a medical power of attorney, please, I'm advocating for you all to put that medical power of attorney on record at your local hospital. Get your wills in order. And I hate to be somber, but so much happens so swiftly and out of nowhere that we have no idea what can happen at any moment, y'all. And I've had living proof of it within the last few months, what has just occurred with me recently as well. And these illnesses and sicknesses that they're projecting into the air, they have a new illness called RSV. If you haven't heard about it, there are people in the hospital with this right now. People have been faced and plagued with pneumonia, and it's some form of RSV, which is similar to the COVID. And don't think that this is something that that's new. This is something that they have been putting out there because they're trying to make it more potent to depopulate the people. and our bodies are becoming stronger and becoming more resistant and resilient to it. So they're finding more strategic ways to weaken our immune systems, which is why, oh gosh, I didn't know my camera froze. Which is why, you all, I have colloidal silver. Colloidal silver spray is what I have over here, and I would go pick it up and show it to you on the camera. But when COVID hit the first time around, I purchased the last two bottles that they had at the GNC store, the Vitamin Shop store. And I bought a bottle for myself and a bottle for my mama. And I told her, I said, you spray this 6 shots to the back of your throat every single day. And that's what I was doing, y'all. And that bottle lasted me for a very long time. And right now, I am using it again because I know. Okay, we got somebody live in the building. We got Miss Melanated Chicks up in here. So, Miss Melanated, whenever you are ready, you just let me know. You can come on up if you want. You don't have to have your camera on. You can if you want, because Miss Melanated Chicks, I don't think she's feeling all the way the best. But this is why I'm talking about these things. Also, talking, and what I am doing is I just signed up to take my life insurance course, so that I can be a licensed life insurance person, because I feel very strongly about life insurance as well. And I think that's something that a lot of our people are not educated on. It's already bad enough that we're not educated on finances, and we are the least educated on how to acquire generational wealth. A lot of us don't own houses. And what I did tell some of the ladies earlier when I was out and about and I went to the hospital is that we are under the radar when it comes to home ownership. Like, we're the last in place. Do you all know that the Equal Housing Act, the Equal Housing Opportunity Act, was not set into place until 1968? I did not know that, y'all. I had to find that out from another colleague of mine who is also melanated, and she advocated strongly about that. She did not want to go under the guise of another name because she knew the oppression that it held in the title. So she started her own brokerage and her own firm, and I highly commend her for that. And so she is now growing her firm and putting other agents up under her for, her firm. She's now a broker in charge. So we got to take control of our situation. One of my mottos and my slogans for my real estate is creating economic ownership. Be the CEO of your financial future. The way that you do that is you establish things that you can own that no one can take away from you. So, with getting my life insurance adjuster's license or my life insurance license, me just completing my national notary agent signing license, and then also having a real estate license, having a clothing brand. These are things nobody else can take away. And I'm a licensed realtor. So those things nobody can ever take from you. But when you're on these corporate plantations, they will always have the final say so over your financial future. Miss Melanated Chicks, I'm going to bring you up, sweetheart.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, how are you? I
How
like
are
that pic.
you?
Oh, I am maintaining. I am maintaining. How's
Can,
your holiday been?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the holidays has not been so good, even though um I'm kind of getting out of the spirit of getting out of the holiday quote unquote tradition of celebrating Christmas, because I'm learning each and every day about these holidays. But my health has been not too good within the last 14 days. I've been going through this flu type, pneumonia type, um, RSV, as you were speaking of. And I went through emergency um, about over a week ago. and they told me that I tested positive. They took my blood and they told me that I tested positive for the flu-like um, uh,
Ver
symptoms,
okay.
and uh, and then also they were saying that I was having some bronchial issues as well.
Mm,
So yeah, I've been trying to heal my body and build my immune system back up because these hospitals now you have to be very, very careful, um, especially when they find out that you are insured by some form of insurance. Um, a lot of times when we go through the emergency room, especially not so much with urgent care because it's a much smaller atmosphere, but when you actually go through the emergency room or a hospital environment, they they primarily check to see if you have insurance.
mhm,
That waiting period when you're waiting, they're
mhm,
actually on the phone trying to verify insurance carriers and what type of carrier and what type of
mhm,
insurance and what all entails, um, that they'll get out of whatever you're being seen for at that particular time in emergency, because the emergency room staff, the residents and the doctors and respiratory and all that. It's all a racket. They all get paid off of um, your insurance carrier, and they know exactly how much it is once they start putting those codes in.
mhm.
Um, so yeah, I've been going through um, this epidemic, and it's really bad. I want to say I was probably maybe number 20 or 25 in the ER. And I went in front of somebody who had a busted leg
Oh my
that
goodness.
was bleeding. Yes, when
Oh
they
my
found out what type of insurance I had.
Oh,
And
wow.
usually, they always say they take the more injured first.
Right, that's what I would think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you have to be very careful, even with on your ID. If you are a donor,
Mhm,
if you have that on the back of your ID or your driver's license, I encourage people to take that
mhm.
their uh, off their ID and off of their driver's license, because it's an eye opener for the hospitals uh, to uh, uh, dissect, who is a donor and who's not a donor, and who's on the list waiting, and how much are they paying, for that particular organ. It's all a racket.
Wow, that you know
Hmm.
what? All of that you just shared is really an eye opener. So really, because I know for me, I was in the ER this week, and they told me that I was waiting for a room. So with my situation, and it was very dire. It was it was pretty. Uh, yeah, it was very urgent, and
Hmm.
I don't know what was going on, and then they had a room for me, but I did hear them talking about the RSV when I was in there. And
Hmm.
so I want to say maybe like a day or two later, I started losing my voice. My voice was getting hoarse, and
Hmm.
I almost had no voice the other night. And I
Hmm.
don't know what that was coming from. Somebody said it could have been, medication they had prescribed to me. I'm not
Hmm.
really sure what that was. Somebody else said it could have been in the air.
Yeah, it could have been in the air, very much so. It could have been in the air. And those IV bags, those are
Mhm.
sodium chloride. So they're pumping fluids when they say, okay, we're going to give you some fluids, going to start an IV. They're pumping sodium chloride through your veins. And that's not always a good thing, for you because it alters your blood pressure, it
Mhm.
messes with your lungs. A lot entails with that when you go through the emergency room and they start IVs on you.
Okay.
Um, I know I had a headache, a really, really bad, almost, they said that I was having a migraine at
Mhm.
the time when I went through emergency, and they gave me what they call a cocktail
Mhm.
through my IV, and it
Mhm.
was supposed to suppress the migraine that I was having. Well, the cocktail consists of three different ingredients. One was morphine, one was
Uh-huh.
Benadryl,
Mhm.
and one was like a nausea medication. And it instantly, I was knocked out for like at least, I know, a good 40 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes.
Wow.
I didn't know what was going on or
Mhm.
anything. And if my husband
Mhm.
would have not been there on uh, the side of my bed, they could have done anything to me,
Anything,
you
right.
know.
I am
And
so glad that you had someone in there with you.
yes, and it's strange because usually when you're in the emergency room,
Mhm.
you're in a room by yourself. I was in a room with three more other people with only just a curtain dividing us. And they told me,
Mhm.
they said, well, um, what you have is XYZ flu, like RSV. And I was like, RSV? And I
Mhm.
said, isn't that very contagious? And they said, well, we're not saying that you have it, but we're going to treat you like you have it.
Mhm.
And it's very contagious. Um, we can keep you in the hospital, but you'll be in the emergency room, and I'm like, with three other people in here with me, I'm contagious, remember?
Right.
And they didn't think anything of it. They said that, you know, um, it was up to me because my insurance, they wanted um, to watch me for the next 24 hours. And, basically they were saying that I had good insurance
Oh,
and that
okay.
they wanted to I could stay if I wanted to stay. If not, then I could treat myself at home because it's so many germs in the hospital, and I would do better, recovering at home, in the comfort of, somewhere private.
Wow.
So it's very dangerous. The hospitals are very dangerous. They're
Mhm.
nasty.
Mhm.
I didn't even have a pillow when I went in. They just kept giving me blankets
Mhm. No pillow?
and no pillow, no pillow. You know how they usually give you like the socks and the pillow, and they
Mhm.
give you a bedpan, they give you water, they
Mhm.
give you, just the whole 9 yards.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, actually, you're paying for it because the emergency room already is taking like off the top, like $1,500 just for
Wow.
you signing in, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So you don't even get half the stuff that you used to get when you would go through emergency, you
And I
know?
had I had to ask for water. I had to ask because I mean, that day I hadn't really eaten like I was supposed to. And that my next plan of action was to go get something to eat. I was gonna eat a nice meal from the Caribbean place, like plantains, rice and peas, collard greens. I already had it figured out in my head, and then I ended up there. They would not give me anything. I had to ask for the water. Well, I do understand because they said it was a reason why I couldn't have anything. And I ended up getting one of those cocktails too. I had laughing gas on the way there. I had what was it? Morphine when I got there. I think they gave me something else according to what I saw in the paper, and then I had propofol,
Mhm.
which they said that I was gonna be knocked out too, just like in your situation, which I was
Mhm.
not. It didn't put me out, because I'm very, very lightweight. And I thought about Michael Jackson when they said propofol. I told that doctor, I said, that's what happened to Michael Jackson. He said, well, they put a pulse oximeter on me. They put these tabs like all on my stomach area to monitor me. And they were, I guess, had these monitors in there or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
they gave me the propofol, but the whole way through the propofol, I was still awake. I never went to sleep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They use that in emergency room to make you comfortable.
Mhm.
Um, it is a sedative um, that is used to make a person comfortable, especially like when they're in pain. Uh,
Mhm.
being 18 years at the military hospital, have worked at the military hospital. I've seen it all and I've experienced it, most of everything that has come through the emergency room. And that is one drug that they do commonly use to make patients comfortable and and out of pain and rest. They
Mhm.
want you to get as much rest, so called, as you can, but at the same time, it can be very addictive uh,
Mm. Mhm.
when when your body is used to sedatives and pain relievers and painkillers. It can become, addictive, and the more and more they see that your body can take, they'll give you more and more and more.
Mhm.
So you have to be very careful when they're asking you, have you ever taken this? Have you ever taken that? Um, you have to tell them, because they don't know. And you
Mhm.
don't know their motives once you
Mhm.
get in there.
Right.
It's no telling, what's going on. We just
Right.
heard about a doctor who just got sentenced here recently
Mhm.
about he had over 500 patients say that they had cancer and didn't have a cancer cell in their bodies.
Oh, yes. I need to look that up because I think,
Yeah.
yeah, doctor
Mhm.
um
Mhm.
sentenced. I gotta look.
Mhm.
That's craziness.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
You don't know their motives. That's the thing.
You
That
don't
is,
know their motives.
yeah, you said that correctly. Mm, 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 mm. So
Mhm.
how have you been, feeling um today and like the last few days? I know you said you haven't been feeling like your best self with this
Haven't
RSV.
I have not been feeling myself. I almost want to say I had like a slight anxiety
Mhm.
episode to where I was imagining that what I wasn't imagining, I could not breathe. It was
Mhm.
like I was breathing too fast, or um, I was not, um, I was gasping for air. Um, and I guess a lot of it was a little anxiety. Um, I thought that I was getting better and
Mhm.
well because, like I
Mhm.
said, I've been down now almost 14 days.
That is long.
And yeah, because I did not go back to work the 19th, the week of the, I want to say, it was before they let out for school, excuse me, school break. So it had to be like around the 19th, maybe. And I've been down ever since. And this is like what, the 27th. So I've been down for quite some time now. And just when I thought that, I finished antibiotics, they gave me the flu pack. I took that. It was 12 tablets. And I also took some bronchitis medicine, which is the Z pack.
Mhm.
And then I was on prednisone, which
Mm,
the prednisone is supposed to build your immune system up to
mhm,
make you feel a whole lot better. It's good for inflammation. It's good for broncho. It's supposed to open up the airways
mhm,
and help that air flow evenly.
mhm,
So I've taken all the medicine that I'm supposed to take, even though it's viral.
mm,
And that's the tricky part of it.
mhm.
All this is viral, but they're treating it like it's bacterial, infection. So I've done all what I was supposed to do, but it's like when I tried to go back outside, the
Mhm.
air outside, it was like it wasn't normal for me. It was like I could not breathe. Um, I could not, I want to use the correct words. I could not inhale
Mhm.
that air correctly. So it's like I'm locked in my home until I can build my immune system back up.
Okay, and that's your experience with the RSV.
RSV, uh-huh. Or
Oh,
they say, quote unquote, that's what they were treating me for, and also the flu.
okay, and that has been going on before the holiday and during the holiday time.
Yes.
All the way
Yeah.
up until today. So that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people don't know what people are going through during this time of year. It's not what you see on TV. Everything is not picture perfect. People are actually going through stuff out here during sickness. People are losing relatives. And I think you even said that your husband ended up getting sick as well. Is that not correct?
Yes. Yes. I mean, it just he ended up he woke up and I was in one room and he was in another room and I could hear him and he was like throwing up, throwing up, throwing up. And he's been doing that for about a week,
Mm-hmm.
just throwing up, just and we're just behind each other, Lysol, spray, disinfectant, wiping bleaching, wiping everything down. And it's still like it's a struggle. It's a
Mm-hmm.
struggle to get this infection or get this viral to leave our bodies.
Now, I have met him, and he is a strong man. I mean,
Yes,
strong.
ma'am.
Time he took that luggage and threw it over that thing in the back of that truck like it was nothing. I mean, so give us some insight into how strong your husband really is, so everybody will know.
I know he picked me up in the emergency room and took me to the restroom every time I needed to go to the restroom. He picked me up with his hands and carried me outside of the room in the hallway to the restroom, put me on the toilet. When I was done, he picked me right back up and took me right back in the room and put me back in the bed.
And why did he have to pick you up?
Um, because I could not walk, I could not stand up
Why not?
because I was weak. I
So
was.
it took all of the energy out of you.
It took all of the energy out of me.
Mm, 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 mm.
All the energy out of me. It was like I just couldn't do it on my own. It was like I could not do it on my own. And I think that's one of the reasons why the medicine doctor kept saying, "Well, we want to keep you, but it's so many infectious people in the hospital. We don't want you to get any sicker."
Mhm. So they advise you to go home to get away from the sickness in the hospital.
Mhm. Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, something definitely sounds like it's going around for them to
Mhm.
say that. Because even we live in two different states. Even out here, I the first time I heard about this was with you telling me that you had this thing called RSV because I called your phone and your husband answered. No, I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell you what happened. I called your phone and it hung straight up. And I said, well, maybe, I'll just call her right back. So I called right back. He answered. He answered. He said, she's in the hospital. I'll have her call you back when she's done. So I didn't know what was going on. I'm thinking, okay, I'll hear back.
Mhm.
Then I think I ended up texting you, but I don't know if you ever text me back. So I was like, something must be going on. Then when I finally heard from you and then you told me what was going on, I had no idea. And I remember specifically that night before you had called me, but I was on the channel. I was on live stream or something. I was working on my channel. I was
Mhm.
making a video. And you had called. I didn't answer because I was doing the channel and I was like, oh, I'll call her back. But I think that was that very next day after that. That's when you went into the hospital. That was that like 7 days ago?
Mhm. It's been okay. The kids got out of school because I didn't even go to school. I didn't even go to like to
You didn't
school.
you didn't finish the rest of the semester out.
No, I did not. That week, that Monday, so count back. It had to been um this little thing is crazy. Um am I still on there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um yeah, so this thing is crazy. Um yeah, so I did not finish the week out at all. I want to say I think it's crazy.
What is
Doing
that?
it's something I have to take it my phone to AT&T because it's doing some crazy stuff
Oh,
and it's jumping off the it doesn't stay on, but yeah, I have not been I've been down since the 16th.
the 16th. Okay. So, all right, cuz that day when I'm trying to think when was the day. But all right, the 16th, let me see. So yeah, that was 12 days ago. So you're okay. So you got sick before then and you finally went to the hospital like I guess a few days later. That sounds
Mhm.
like what happened. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty long for you to still be feeling like you're feeling and weak and stuff.
Mhm.
I know earlier you said you were resting. And I
Mhm.
think with this thing, you can't move around too much. You can't be out and about. You have to really stay put. And, for people that are active and like to do things and be out and about, it can be very taxing to stay inside all day, all the time and not be able to move around like you want. And like even with me, I'm, getting a little flustered because it's many things that I can't do right now with my situation that's going on, and I've been in the house for today and I think I was in the house, was it yesterday? And it's like you get kind of tired of being in the house. And I guess, we are blessed to still be here, but what I'm saying is everybody is not, having one of those magical moment of what you see on TV. So like my message to everybody out there, if you're going through something right now during this time of year, I don't care if it's financial, if it's health, mental, physical, emotional, psychological, you are not alone. There are people out here that are going through things just like you are. And I think people don't talk about it enough. They only show you all the things you see on Instagram, on Facebook. They post pictures of this and that, gifts and the tree and the family, everybody's smiling. And that's not the case for everyone. Some of us don't have the people that we had earlier this year or last year. And people are still grieving from that. People are still hurting. People are missing people. So we have to be mindful of what people are going through this time of year and just be consider it. When you're out on the road, stop trying to tailgate, stop trying to bogart, cutting out in front of people, not letting them get over. You speed up, you'll speed up and hit them. You don't care. Like, you really, people are turning into savages. It's not the end of the world just because you don't get the Christmas gift that you're going out there to get. You want to hurry up and get the sales. You want to get this and that. It's not that serious, y'all. I mean, they do it every year.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
And I was talking about that earlier. Like, I noticed this years ago before I moved. Every time when Thanksgiving time would come, especially in November, that's when the traffic picks up. People start driving erratically, especially for Black Friday, and they continue the madness until the holiday season. And even after Christmas, it's going to be a lot of people out there. I think Miss Melanated Chicks got kicked off just now, y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to have, some feedback on what this RSV situation is like. And you've heard firsthand from somebody that was diagnosed with it, what it does. It takes a lot of your energy. It has you feeling like you can't breathe. Unfortunately, you have to, just stay still. You can't be moving around too much because you will aggravate the symptoms and make the problem worse. So we just want to make sure that we are giving out, accurate information and making sure that people are aware that this situation is going on out there. And for those of you who haven't, oh, I think she's back up. I'm gonna bring you up whenever you want to come up, Miss Melanated. You got your camera on. For those of you who have not had RSV, please try to protect yourself. Get your vitamin C up. Get your colloidal silver spray. Try to do everything you can to protect yourself because it is not it's nothing to play with. Like I said, I know one lady, she said she was in the hospital with pneumonia and they said it was some form of RSV. So it sounds like it's like something that attacks your airways, your air passages. It sounds like, it gets into your lungs. We definitely have to protect our lungs, y'all, because that's how the pathogens get in through the airways, through the nasal capacities, through your throat, any opening in the body. We have to be very cognizant of it. Even if you got to go get some Lysol spray and keep it in your car, keep it in your bag with you when you go out and about. Spray the air around you. I don't care what you got to do. Wear gloves. You don't have to touch stuff if you're at the ATM machine. You can don't have to touch the buttons. I don't touch doorknobs in public. I don't like touching doorknobs because I know people are nasty and germy. I've been like that for years. Um, any way that you can fight the germs, why, make sure you clean your cell phones with like alcohol, even your own light switches and doorknobs, wipe those down with Lysol. If you have people in your house, spray your house down. Don't have a lot of people congregating. If they know they're sick, they shouldn't be coming to your house because that's how you'll get sick. Your children, the daycares, the schools. That's the number one source right there, a breeding ground of germs is the school. And those little germ incubators are very potent with their germs. They will get you sick and they will take you down. I know firsthand. Last year I was sick 4 times and it was the worst sicknesses that I've had because those child bearing germs are some of the worst. And they move around like nothing is wrong, but it will impact an adult in a very negative way. So be very careful if you have children in your house, if you have children that are going to school or going to daycare and mixing and mingling with other little children, because it's a breed fest of germs going around. They put toys in their mouth, their children just they touch everything. They don't wash their hands. And I, working with children, have had to have children to use hand sanitizer, make them wash their hands. They don't want us to use Lysol spray around the children because they're scared of the liability and the implication that children might be allergic to Lysol. But you have to do something to try to protect yourself and protect them as well. We had a germ table the other week, and all the children that were coughing, they had to go sit at the germ table. Y'all, I'm sorry, but that's what it was. So like I said, this holiday season, just, if you have your health, you have your strength and energy, you have every body that's with you, that you love, you care for, and you cherish, you are winning, you are blessed. If you have a house, if you have a place to stay, if you have a warm place to live, a bed to sleep in, you are blessed. If you have food to eat, you're blessed. You have necessities, medical care that you need, you are blessed. You have everything you need, reliable transportation. You are so blessed, y'all. I cannot stress to you how important that is. The activity of all your limbs, being able to, just have your sound mind of sound judgment, your eyesight, your speech, your five senses, your ability of discernment, your intelligence, your creative abilities, your natural gifts and talents. Those things are so important. And although they're not tangible things, they're not tangible gifts. It might not be a GoPro or a DJI. What's that video camera that everybody's getting this year? The DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which costs about 600, 700, $800. Everybody might not be able to get that, but it's okay. Whatever you have a cell phone camera, you are blessed. You're able to have, a way to capture your moments. You have a way to take pictures and videos. You are blessed. You have internet and Wi-Fi. You are still blessed, y'all, because you have a way to communicate with other people across this globe, and you can capitalize off of your business. You can sell things. You have resources. Use them, utilize them to the best of your abilities, y'all. And if you have somebody in your life that's there for you, even if it's one or two people that you can talk to or lean on, or if you need to go to the store, you need to go to the doctor, you can't drive yourself, you are still blessed. There are so many ways that our blessing comes into fruition that we don't even think of. What's good, Miss Melanated Chicks? I got you back up in here. I got her back up in here, y'all. I don't know if she knows she's up here or not, but I love the picture. She looks great on pictures, y'all. She looks great on camera. Yeah, so I mean, we just need to celebrate the things that are important. All of
Double.
what are you, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear double.
Oh, you hear like an echo?
Yes.
I'm
Yes, I
not
hear
sure.
echo.
Okay, well, let me mute my mic and you go ahead and tell me what you hear now. Go ahead and talk.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Do you
Okay.
hear that? You still hear the echo?
It's a delay.
Oh, it's a delay. Okay. Yeah, so basically, I was just telling the audience that, it's the intangible things that are really the blessings in life, as far as our family, our health. And I know it's very cliche, you hear it all the time, but when you don't have it, it means more to you than anything on this planet. A car, a gift, some jewelry, some shoes, some clothes, some toys, electronics. They have a manufacturer that makes this stuff over and over and over again. And like my mama told me, it's only one of you, but it's a whole bunch of those things, those items that can be replaced. Even your house can be replaced, y'all. Everything can be replaced if it's tangible. Miss Melanated, was there anything you wanted to share with the people? She said it's a delay, so I don't even know if she heard me. Hold on, Miss Melanated.
Yes. Um, it's a delay. It's a huge delay.
I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on either.
Well, basically, I basically summed it up, for those of you out there for this holiday season. If you're going through anything, like I said, you're not alone. And that's why I wanted to do this live stream, because not everybody has a picture perfect life just because it's holiday season. Okay. And we're going into what they call the new year, but your new year, every day that you have here today, you start your day how you want it. You do what you want with your life. If it's a YouTube channel you want to start, and I don't care, because right now I don't have that many subscribers, but do it anyway, because you don't know who needs to hear your message, who you're touching. Do things that make you feel fulfilled in life. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Don't worry about how it's going to look to other people, because you know what? When you are off this planet and you're no longer here, those people are not coming with you. You got to live your life for who you are. Whatever makes you happy. If it's making videos, if it's making songs, if it's writing books, if it's doing decorating, if it's styling, you like to dress. I don't care what it is. You do what you got to do for you. Your happiness is most important than anything. And those are the words of Brown Girls Are Beautiful. Miss Melanita is here. I think she disconnected just now, and I was gonna let her give her closing words as well, but I don't know what just went on with her. Yeah, so I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna come back on camera. Here I am, y'all. Here I am. I'm smiling, but y'all just don't know what I went through. And like I said, I'll put what I went through on my Patreon. So if you are a member and you are subscribed to my Patreon, you'll know what's going on with me behind the scenes. I don't want to put all my information out here in the public. People are cruel, people are not nice. And so, Brown Girls Are Beautiful is about positivity over here. I don't entertain negativity. I know Jay Z and I know Puff Daddy is what has everyone's attention, but Puffy and Jay Z is not going to help you right now if you're in this period of your life and you're going through something. They're not going to send you money if you're going through a financial hardship. They're not going to give you words of encouragement. Only if you listen to their music, they're going to tell you how much more money they make, more than you, and all this stuff they have. That's not being genuine, y'all. Being boastful. You need to have a sense of humility. That's what makes people relate to you. But if you want to keep listening to rap lyrics all the time, listening to these people, talk about all these things that they have, all these material things that mean nothing, it's not getting us anywhere in life. And like I said, life insurance policies is better than a GoFundMe. What's another thing I would advise you to do? Like I said, create your economic ownership. Whatever you can do for yourself where a job does not have your financial freedom in their hands, start something outside of your job. Have multiple streams of income so you have other things to fall back on. That's the best advice I could ever give y'all. Miss Melanated, what's your words that you would like to share? If you can hear me, because you're up here. She's up here, y'all. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'm reiterating that. I talk about it a lot because I feel passionately about it. And as I learn more and more about life insurance, I will be sharing that as well on the channel. And I'll have ways that maybe people can connect with me if they want to learn more about it, because it's so important. I just got off the phone with someone. She's a life insurance agent, and she was telling me you never know what you need until you need it. A lot of people have lost relatives and family members around this time of year, and hopefully they had policies. Some of them are starting GoFundMe's, and a lot of people don't have, the proper funds that they need. Just because you have a job and you think that you have insurance through them, that doesn't mean anything. If you lose your job or if you leave your job, you no longer have those benefits. So just be very mindful. You need to have something outside of your regular place of employment. Also, too, annuities, that's another thing that we don't know anything about. Mutual funds is another thing people don't talk about. How to gain money and how to keep your money, how to grow your money. We don't have these conversations, especially in the melanated community. We talk about how to spend money. People listen to rap lyrics talking about a Maybach, talking about a Rolls Royce, talking about, I woke up in a new Bugatti, talking about all the money they spent with Jacob the jeweler, but you're not talking about how to invest your money and make it grow. So they're not really giving you real information, real knowledge, if all they're doing is just simply telling you what they have. You said it's something on my end? I don't think so, because it wasn't doing it at first. So I'm so sorry that you're having that issue going on. Yeah, because it wasn't sounding like this at first. Okay, you said it's something on my end. Okay, let me do this. So, do you hear it now? Do you still hear the same issue going on right now? Is it still sounding like that to you? You still hear it? Do you still hear the issue? Because it wasn't doing it at first. Let me know if you're still hearing the she has a sound issue. Let me know if you still hear it. Y'all, we've been on here for about an hour and 5 minutes. I want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. You said it sounds like a double voice. Okay. We've been on here for about, I don't know why you hear that. All right. Let me, okay, do that. Okay. I don't know if you're going to still hear a double voice or not, but I've logged out of everything on my devices. But, in the words of Brown Girls Are Beautiful, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the energy, if you like, it's a bad delay. If you like the energy, if you like the message, please feel free to like, share, subscribe. Um, I'll be back again, and I'm going to try to post more frequently for you all. Thank you so much. You all continue to walk in your divinity and continue to stay winning. All right, y'all, I am signing out. Until next time, you all be blessed. Okay? All right, y'all. Let's see.